So welcome to the second part of the study, dynamic analysis, design of controllers with the assumption of ideal actuators to make the process more effective and precise. So we are going to focus on the torque-based regulation of the winch, and we are going to do that PID tuning directly on the Simulink model. So you see, lifting speed control, we go in, and then the PID controller or PID block is there with the default parameters. The first simulation shows that those default parameters are far off, so we need to do a tuning operation just to ensure a better behavior of the system. Based on linearization, then we obtain a set of parameters that are automatically applied onto the PID block, and then simulation just to ensure that the result is good enough. Here the improvement is apparent, but the result is not good enough, so we want to perform a new iteration. So we tighten up the time constant a bit, and then we obtain a new set of control gains. Those are applied onto the PID as we did before, and then we are going to simulate after the second iteration. And then the match between the actual and the reference signals is very good. Here, this is probably acceptable. The better the match between reference and actual, the higher the peak torque will be needed. So then there is a trade-off to be considered. So now we are going to add the different actuators, electrical, hydraulic, mechanical, and pneumatic, just to verify the behavior of the system in a much more realistic scenario. We're going to focus on the dynamic performance of the tower crane, and then the robustness in adverse environment like wind conditions. So physical network modeling is recommended because of differential algebraic equations are automatically extracted, and that provides strength in terms of scalability and reusability. So this is the model now with the multi-domain actuators. For example, in the winch, we have a rope drum and belt pulley mechanisms used to lower and the mass. Then the next one would be the pneumatic actuator, just to use to move the complete crane on the rail. And the third one will be the hydraulic transmission, just to rotate the complete crane. And then finally, an electric motor and gear that is set up to regulate the motion of the mobile unit on the upper rail. So signal is fed back from the model into the controller, just closing that loop. So we see that the acceleration of the tower is unstable when it reaches 0. So what we need to do is just a modification of the reference that we apply, just to make sure that when approaching 0, this is done in a gradual way, and that shows that the behavior is very robust and meeting our requirements. So now we apply wind conditions, just activate that for those forces for wind, and then we see that there is oscillations, but those are kept at bay, meaning that our design would be sufficiently good for those conditions. So now we have completed this second step, dynamic analysis, verify the behavior of the complete system.